Hello YouTube, today I'm taking a look at the Federal Dropship Elite Dangerous, a vastly overlooked ship. And the reason for that is twofold. One has to do with the fact that the other rank available ship from the Empire, the Imperial Clipper, is faster, carries more cargo, looks sleeker and sexier, as well as about 10-12 million credits cheaper. Now, in order to get in a Federal Dropship, you have to first earn Ensign, which is going to take you several days' worth of grinding in order to get the missions to advance, the naval progression missions. And then it's going to cost you $37 million credits to get into. And after that, figure on another 50 to 100 million credits, depending on what type of armor you want to put on it. Now, part of the problem is passenger mechanics are not in the game yet, possibly with 1.1 or 1.2 that should be coming, which will make the Federal Dropship a little bit more valuable as a ship, as well as the Orca. However, it does excel at a couple of things. It is very, very heavily armored, and when I'm talking about armor, the shields aren't bad. There are ships with better shield classes available, but not at its price point. The Python does have better shields even post-nerf, and is a little bit more maneuverable, but it starts at about 20 million credits, 30 million credits, more than what you can buy a Federal Dropship for. It does have one large Class 3 weapon mount directly centerline with you, and then 4 Class 2 medium mounts. And I've been playing with a bunch of different weapons configurations. You kind of saw one with some turrets, and then I noticed something. It has plenty of power, it has plenty of heat capacity. This isn't even with a maxed out, this is about a 50 million credit dropship. But I was easily able to carry 5 Class 2 railguns, since there are no Class 3 railguns, or a Class 3 beam laser with 4 Class 2 railguns. And I found it to be a very effective combination to be used against other players and ships. Now, I don't think it's necessarily the greatest ship in a one-on-one combat type environment, and another part of it is I need to get better with railguns. It is not my particular favorite weapon. I've also outfitted it with a variety of beam turrets and multi-cannon turrets, in which you can use it to keep basically constant pressure on an enemy target thanks to its outstanding roll rate. Pitch rate isn't phenomenal, but it will keep up with an ASP pretty easily in terms of pitch, even though it has no bars as far as ranking goes. What I did find it very effective for was either hull tanking. I was able to take a considerable amount of damage from multiple PvP assailants with just its based armor. Up that to military grade composite, or one of the very expensive either reactive armor or mirror composite armor, depending on what you're going to be doing or whom you're going to be fighting and what they're going to be outfitted with. And it is particularly tanky. Now, it's not necessarily an inexpensive ship to maintain. Again, like a lot of other ships at this price point, you get a scratch on it and it's 20-30,000 credits. I've been taken down to as low as 6-8% hull, and it was about a million plus credit repair job, especially on a fully outfitted Federal Dropship, which I have just about there. Right now I'm running with military composite armor. I've got a few more trade runs to do in a Type 9 before I can get the higher end armor. Now, this is me fighting against a couple of PvP targets. PvP Anaconda. Again, with shield banks being overpowered as they are in version 1.0, and Chaff being able to basically dual spam Chaff, I was able to get out of this situation despite having a player Anaconda, a player Cobra, and an NPC Viper all shooting at me for a rather extensive period of time. Now, I'd fought these folks a little bit earlier, and I was fighting essentially 4 player Anacondas, and they did manage to take me down within a minute or two, but I was mainly there to see just how much punishment can this ship take, and the honest answer there is a lot. Now, without these passenger mechanics in place, a lot of people are probably asking themselves, well, what is the ship actually good for? Well, it is a very good sniper tank, essentially, fighting in a fleet operation, especially to cover Anacondas, because the speeds are very similar. You're talking about 320, 330 with an A-class thrusters, but I'm able to maintain that boost more or less continuously with a good power distributor. And because of that, you can maintain speed with a Anaconda and basically keep on its 6 or keep things off of its 6 pretty effectively. Cobras, Vipers with 4 or 5 railguns on there, you can make them think twice about trying to knock out an Anaconda's drive. One shot burst, their shields are down, they've already taken hull damage. A second shot, they're usually dead. And because of its heat and power dynamics, you can fire 2 or 3 shots in rapid succession before you even have to worry about heat, really, which makes that kind of an ideal situation. Now, I'm still trying other weapons. I've tried fixed multi-cannons, some gimbal multi-cannons. Wasn't as impressed. I will continue to play around with plasma accelerators for a more heavy-hitting hull tank, essentially. But those will come in future videos. Thank you very much. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.